Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and today we are gonna dive straight into the E46. The car is still on the gas LPG system, so that's what we're gonna take out today. I already got the gas tank drained by someone who does that, and the car smelled horrible, but the smell got out now. So the things we need to do, let me open the hood. The hardest job, or hardest of this, is swapping the intake manifold, because there has been drilled in the actual manifold to let the gas injectors in. So we need to swap the actual manifold, and then this is all like electronics and tubing related to the gas setup, so we can take that out as well. And then on the rear, so in the rear, underneath here, hello, but underneath here is the actual gas tank. That we need to take out as well. So I think that's where we're gonna start, because that's probably the easy part. So let's see how it's attached and then take it out. From what I can actually see, there is a bolt, and then there is a bolt. And look, down here we've got two bolts. So I think that's the only thing that keeps the tank in place. And then you've got these lines, which I need to figure out where they are heading. Because is that also from the LPG? I don't know. We'll just disconnect the tank and probably disconnect those hoses and then get the tank itself out. Yes. Alright, some secret treasure under here. We found a lock bolt, an old BMW logo, someone's keys, so I basically own a house now because I own someone's house keys, a piece of newspaper, maybe we can find a date on it, it's German, pretty funny, but we're gonna vacuum this out and find a way to cover this up, or make it like, I don't know. I don't know if this is a water drainage or not, but we need to cover that up in some sort of way. But first, let's vacuum clean it, and maybe just clean it regularly. So now that we've got the gas tank out, we can start with changing the manifold. So what we need to do basically is get the old manifold off and put the new one in, and then see where all these are going, and then I see it already, but delete that as well, and then put the new manifold on and plug everything back in. We might need to take this trim off as well, just to make some more room, because the way I look at it right now, the intake manifold is not going to come off, and why not create the space as early as possible. So I'm going to try to get this out or off, or we'll just see. Okay, what I think I'll do now is work on getting the gas system off first, because this is all gas. This is also related to the gas, and that all goes there, so it's pretty simple. There's a lot more room now with the interior filter removed. So yeah, we'll just see how we can disconnect this, and then yeah. So I got a lot of stuff already loose under here, but I'm not sure if I can get more loose under there without lifting the manifold. So I'm gonna take the injectors out. I got a fire extinguisher just in case, because I drove the car, I don't know, a couple hours ago, so the block is still a bit warm, but hopefully we will be fine. So yeah, let's just get the injectors out, then we can get the manifold loose, and then we can hopefully lift it up a bit. We'll see. There's a lot more stuff, or it looks like there's a lot more stuff on this car than the E36 manifold, so yeah. So now that we've got the fuel rails out of the way, we got some more room to loosen the bolts from the actual manifold, so that's what we're gonna do now. Alright, so all the bolts are loose now. Let's see how we can shuffle it. Pretty good actually. So there's this cable running through the manifold. It's actually not running through, but like passing through, and that's on the starter motor. So that's a bit of a pain to get to, but yeah, you need to get that loose to actually get the manifold off. So basically what you need to do is lift it, and then you can access it. So that's off now, so we should be able, because the CCVI also disconnected, so I should sort of be able to get it out. Maybe not, but still connected. Alright, so we are back at it. I got here the new manifold. New, it's second hand, but it doesn't have the holes in it, and of course the manifold we took off. So what we're going to do now is transfer everything that we need from the original manifold to the replacement one, and then we can put the manifold back on, hook everything back up, and then we should be good to go. There are still some lines that are, I need to see where they are going, but we need to take those out as well. So yeah, but let's do the manifold first. So I was about to put the intake manifold on, but then I saw like these two big hoses that looked very suspicious, because they ran through here, so they must have been from the gas installation thing. And let me show you. As you can see here, there's a sort of T-split, and you can definitely see that the hose is cut here, so this is definitely not how it's supposed to be. So I assume this one and this one are put on or added later. So what I'm gonna do is disconnect those hoses and find a new connecting piece, so we can just run the normal hoses and we can delete those two big ones. Now that we've got all that out of the way, it's time to put the actual manifold back on. So as you can see, the manifold is pretty much sitting where it should sit. So all there's left to do now is get the injectors back in, hook them up or wire them up. So now that we've got most of the intake back on, we can focus on this mess. It's the complete LPG system, or like stuff of it. So basically all the hosing and stuff runs through there. So that's what we're gonna take out now, and then we should be good to drive very soon. Alright, so continuing with the wiring, I got this wire off. This was basically to tell how full the gas tank was. I also got these off, which were for the gas injectors. So basically we can take this whole entire wiring out. All there is left is this, and these wires that are left control the fuel injectors, because that was part of the gas system. So we have to decide whether I'm gonna unplug these all and put them back in the ECU, or if I can pass the inspection with the, because this is where it goes into. So, but it says gas, so I'm not sure if they, when they, because we need to register the car again for a petrol car, so I'm not sure if they will, if they see something from the LPG installation still in. So maybe I'm just gonna make this all black so this doesn't say gas or something and hide it. But yeah, let's get these wires out. Then we have most of the wiring out, and then we can continue. Now that we've got all the hoses and wires out of here, we can start putting everything back, and then we should be good to go. Looks like we have it all back together. Only this cap is, or like cover is missing, but I don't have that laying around here, so I'll have to put that on later, but I'm definitely gonna put that back on. So yeah, the engine bay looks like it should be. No weird things going on there, no weird things going on there. And in the rear, don't mind the junk, but the carpet's gonna go back in, and then you're not seeing anything of it. And then of course here, that's the only thing, is this hole. That's where the filler neck for the LPG was. Ta-da! So thank you guys for watching the video. The car isn't looking too great right now. There's still some, yeah, it's basically a parts car still. So yeah, there's so much stuff that needs to happen to this car, but I just don't have the parts yet, the time yet, or yeah. So I'm glad the system is off. That was one of the things I dreaded the most of doing, because it's not a fun job to do, but it went pretty easy, so that's a good thing. And the car is running just fine. The fuel consumption isn't even that bad compared to when the system was on, so I don't know why I would put this system on, but I'm glad it's off. Probably the next thing we're gonna do is the brakes. They're old, they're done. The pads are alright, but I saw the sensor was on, the brake pad wear sensor, and they just don't feel great. So that's what's next for this car. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.